high-speed chase.
Ma'am, I'm going to need you to stop yelling and cursing at me, or I'm going to disconnect the call. I get that. I'm just not understanding why you thought there would be coverage for this. Because outside of the fact that your son is excluded from this policy coverage, therefore avoiding the contract, he also was running from the police at the time this accident occurred. So he committed a crime that resulted in an accident, and that further violates your policy contract. So even if the exclusion were not there, we still wouldn't provide the coverage on the basis of the fact that he committed a crime that resulted in this damage. You do carry collision coverage on your policy, but that still comes with provisions. There are limits to that coverage. One of those things is committing a crime. So that voids the policy contract. There's nothing I can do about that. I understand where you're coming from, and I'm really sorry. I hear your frustration, and I sympathize with your situation. But from a regulatory standpoint, as the insurance company, we couldn't provide you coverage for this even if we wanted to at this point, because we're not allowed to. He's voided the policy contract, and you allowing him to drive the vehicle voids the policy contract. So there's no situation here where we would be liable for this. Right, and I'm going to send you the denial letter that reviews that portion of the policy contract. That is the reason that we're using for denying this claim. I'm just not sure what else you'd like me to do for you. I can't do that. I cannot give you the money for this because there isn't any money available. It's not about whether or not the company can afford to pay the claim. It's about whether or not we legally are liable and have a duty to pay it. The answer to that question in the circumstance is no. We're not letting anything happen. I mean, this isn't information that you're receiving after the fact. Your policy contract has these provisions in it, and you've signed an exclusion with us literally 2 months ago for him that also said he would not be covered. And I'm not sure why that's surprising. I mean, if you don't recall signing the exclusion, I'm happy to send you a copy of it because you signed it along with some other documentation related to your policy. So I can attach that to the denial letter, but that doesn't change the fact that we're not providing any coverage for this loss. She hung up on me. In what universe do you think that we would pay you for giving your keys to an excluded driver who would then led police on a high-speed chase on the free? You know what? Man was charged with a fucking felony. I feel for her because her car is totaled. But he shouldn't have even had it to begin with. Outside of the fact that he was committing a crime, he shouldn't have even had the car to begin with because she agreed. Yeah. This is coming up so much for me right now that it's insane. I at least have one claim a week where an excluded driver is driving. I think people think that like we're just gonna ignore that, or that there's a way that we don't find out, but it's pretty hard to deny a police report. There's also a news article that was written about this. Yeah.